Now this is a six-toed kitty. If you guys haven't ever seen a six-toed kitty before, check him out. Here's his little paws. He's got 6 toes. That's why his thumbs are extra big, because he's got 2 of them. So welcome back. Hope everyone had an awesome New Year and a good Christmas. Currently, let's see, we are on part 13 of turning pipe dreams into reality, and we are on the stage of let's see, we're currently on the chapter of putting the pressure on yourself. And I did want to mention to everyone that do have some links down in the bottom that link to Amazon if you're interested in the book, or they also have a workbook as well. It just helps in filling out the different details and all. I'm actually building my own as well, and I should have that out soon. But in the meantime, you definitely have that stuff down there. And if you want to help us out and support our video and all that fun stuff, then feel free to also purchase things through Amazon by clicking on the links down there, because they help me out. But anyways, so on to the fun stuff. Screw that. Now, let's see. How am I personally doing currently with turning my pipe dreams into reality? Last week I had my major goal was to send out an email campaign and get clients onboarded and using product. I have not done that. I have not been successful at that venture yet. I have not at any fault of my own, do I think. Granted, we control everything around us, so yeah, it's probably my own fault. I should have planned or prepared a little bit better than I had. Basically, there's these mystical things called cron jobs that run in the background on servers that automatically send things out, and the server that I had set up and organized for this venture turned out it wasn't powerful enough to do what it was that we needed it to do, and so it didn't actually send out the emails like it should have. Not a big deal. Actually, it was kind of a good thing. I think it's kind of a good thing. I'm learning to slow down a little bit, which is one of my biggest things. Is I try to run at the wall. I hit it every time. So I'm learning to slow down a little bit. And this time, it's slowing down. When I first started this venture about a few months ago, I found a system called a Maltech, and when I'd done my research, I figured out that, hey, this is the system I should use. This is the best system that's out there. And so I set it up, and I got it working, and then I got lost, and then I went rabbit trailing. And eventually, when I got back to doing the same task again, I chose to use something else instead. Well, it turns out I'm back to using Maltech. I basically had the opportunity. There's a guy named Joseph from Budapest, Hungary, and he's helping me out. He's actually in the hospitality field, which is kind of cool, but he's helping me to set up these different servers, and he's a professional in email campaigns, so he's helping me out with email campaigns, which is really cool to get support from someone that's so close to the group that I'm targeting. Let's see. It says to put the pressure on yourself. So this chapter is about putting the pressure on yourself. It is kind of cool. I did want to mention, so using the new system. So we got the new system up and running, which is awesome. And we started to, let's take a look real quick. Whoa, like that. It's definitely interesting that I can now do everything that I want to do, and very well. So let's take a look real quick. So under campaigns, basically you guys would be super surprised if you saw what the world's able to do when it comes to email campaigns. So for example, I can automatically program my system to keep sending you emails until you open our first one. I can schedule those intervals. I can schedule random topics and titles until you open my first email. Once you open my first email, it puts you into, I can start scoring you, basically do like lead scoring on you. Um, so for example, you get 5 points if you open the email. You get 5 points if you click the download link in the email. You get 5 points if you make it to the website, or I'm sorry, you get 10 points if you make it to the website. You get another 10 points if you make it to a product page. You're automatically segmented once you reach it once you tap any certain product page. It's going to put you in subcategories. So, for example, if you go on product page number 3, 5, and 7, all your email campaigns will now contain information about product 3, 5, and 7, because that is the appropriate way in which to segment you as a consumer. After you go through each, so for example, if you open email number 1, then you're scheduled to get email number 2. If you open email number 2, then you're scheduled to get email number 3 and 4 and 5. Once you get each of these different emails, it throws you into a different category of segmentation, so that I know what type of lead you are. So for example, we've got the scoring system. That's one part of lead qualifying that we're doing. And then we also have how far you make it through our campaign process. So if you're engaged fully in the campaign, you're going to become a warm lead. If you're seriously engaged and you're hitting all our content, then you're going to become a lead that's on fire. It's like you're very interested and you're poised and ready for what it is that we have to offer, and it warrants us to collect more of your details and target you more directly, even through cold contact. So that's kind of cool. That's what I'm currently up to. It's kind of cool to see the process as well. So if you're using a system like Maltic, by the way, all this stuff is free that I'm talking about. And it's some of the most advanced stuff I believe that's out there. The only thing that anyone else does differently is going to be people build systems on top of these that are just more complicated, that contain more integrations and things along those lines. But for the most part, this is where it's at. So let's take a look real quick. I just want y'all to see some of the inner details here. So for example, that's email number 1. Stuff just fell off my desk. So basically, if they open it or they have a website visit, if they open the email, then they're scheduled for the next email to go out, and so on and so forth. And this is just it's a flowchart, but it's an actionable flowchart, so it's pretty cool. This is my first time using something like this. I'm sure that you guys, if you're building in the design world of games, is more than used to using this already. But I'm not, and I haven't. So, anyhow, sorry about all the camera shit. I have to figure out how to get that back. Alright. Right now I'm charging my laptop by, I've got this little battery operated, or this battery box. It's a jump box. I'm charging the jump box, connecting the jump box to my laptop. I'm charging the laptop. That's how I'm currently doing it. Left my thing at Jake's house. Thanks a lot, bro. Anywho, okay, so we're back to the book. So putting the pressure on yourself. Number 1. Well, what should that mean to me right now? Well, I need to get these damn email campaigns out, or at least that's how I feel. But I have learned recently that it's more important for me to feel, to determine what my roadblocks are. So, for example, when it comes to sending out these emails, I need to write down. The same thing happened to me with the website, and now I've overcome that. Number 1, I didn't want to launch the website because it wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't perfect enough for me. And so instead of battling myself and trying to become a non-perfectionist, I decided to address my concerns. I said, well, hey, what is it that I don't like about the website, and what is it that's holding me from launching the website because of me? and I determined what they were. It was a couple small things, and so I fixed those small things. And, and so I think that's what I'll do today as well with campaigns, just to make sure that there's nothing that I'm personally doing to hold myself back. Um, but mainly it's just been technical reasons at the moment. So, anyway, so chapter 13, putting pressure on yourself. The first prerequisite, or the first requisite for success, is the ability to apply your physical and mental energies to one problem incessantly without growing weary. Well, I would say working on this for the past like 6 to 8 months is nonstop. Has definitely been test that. Uh, and it goes on to say the world is full of people who are waiting for someone to come along and to motivate them to be the kind of people they wish they could be. The problem is that no one is coming to the rescue. And this is the truth. There's no one that's going to just all of a sudden show up in most scenarios and just help you become that person that it is that you're meant to be. You got to do that on your own. These people are waiting for a bus on a street where no buses pass. They don't take charge of their lives and put pressure on themselves. They can end up waiting forever. And that's what most people do. Only about 2% of the people can work entirely without supervision. We call these people leaders. And that should make you feel good if you're watching this video. It's because, I think that you're a leader because you're pursuing something that's beyond yourself at the moment. You're doing something that to better your life. And no one made you watch this video. You chose to. So, you're a leader. Believe it. It is what it is. A lot of times we're harder on ourselves than we should be. To reach your full potential, you must form the habit of putting pressure on yourself and not waiting for someone else to come along and do it for you. You must choose to eat your own frogs and make them or eat them in the order of their importance. This one had like 2 subcategories, and they're actually like pretty decent. So one of the subcategories is lead the field. So in whatever field that you're pursuing, what it says that you should do is envision yourself in your mind as being a role model in that field, and then based on that, you set the standards for the work and behavior that's necessary to be the leader in the field. So, for example, if I was going to try to save the world from the energy crisis that it currently is involved in, I would maybe look towards Elon Musk and I'd say, so I'd imagine myself being Elon Musk because I think he's leading the world in solving the energy crisis problem. And then based on that, I would think about what type of activities he's involved in on a regular basis. Like, what does he attend? What does he do? And model myself after that. And never be afraid. Because it's like, oh, well, that's too far out. No, it's not. Like, you're just limiting yourself. Like, relax, reach for the stars, grab them all. One of the second parts of this chapter was creating imaginary deadlines. One of the best ways to overcome procrastination and get more things done faster is by working as though you had only one day to get your most important jobs done. Imagine each day that you just received an emergency message and that you will have to leave town tomorrow for a month. That's a good way of at least triggering your mind to think in the perspective of what is important right now. So, for example, if I put myself in that place of what's important right now, the first thing that comes to my mind is I need to test this new email system. I need to test it. I need to make sure it's sending email because it is possible that it hasn't been set up, the connection between it and the Mailgun server that's going to send out all the emails primarily first. So now I know what I have to do based on the concept of you only have today. Successful people continually put the pressure on themselves to perform at high levels. Unsuccessful people have been instructed and pressured by others. Um, yeah, don't be pressured by others. Shoot, screw that. Pressure yourself. Live in your own world. Make your own decisions. Today I go in for like my yearly review, and at first I was kind of scared, kind of worried. Um, and so I asked my boss. I said, "Hey, is there anything I should prepare for? Is there anything I can do?" And he said, "No, Joe. Just sit back and enjoy the show." It was kind of an interesting response. Um, but when you live in a world that's truly magic and you're truly trying to make changes and things around you, uh, I'd say two things. I'd say uh, the darkness in the world comes out to destroy you very quickly, and negativity surrounds you and beats the hell out of you to see what you're made of. And then I'd say number two, the good in the world, the light comes out to protect you and to encourage you and to push you forward and to make sure that you achieve everything it is that you were looking to achieve. I definitely believe in good and bad forces in the world, or I shouldn't say good and bad forces. I should say um, opposing teams. Uh, don't so much want to see good and bad. I want to see challenges and opposition and overcoming challenges. Um, and so that's the world I choose to see. So I will see that world. Some of the other things in the back of this book, it says set deadlines and sub deadlines for every task and activity. Create your own forcing system. Raise the bar on yourself and don't let yourself off the hook. Once you've set your deadline, stick to it or even try to beat it. Even make a game up. Or basically, step number two is, and this is really, really important for how to collapse time. I only did this when I was writing out every single step of a major job or project before I began. And if you write out like literally step by step every single thing you're going to do to accomplish a task, a lot of times you'll see past that task and you'll realize that, or you'll see a better thing or one action that's like a fail swooping action that you can do that accomplishes everything all at once. Hey buddy, what you up to? Let's see. See, this is our cute little kitty. What, buddy? Come here. Come here. See, there he is, a little scrappy fella. Go, 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 go. Boy. But anyways, alright. So let's move on to some positive self-talk. Let's see what we got here. A little bit less organized this morning, but a little bit more on point with what I need in life. Let's see what we got here. Alright. Developing a positive mindset. Let's see. Let's see. Being present, all is well. Okay, let's try these. I am enough. My looks are enough. My intellect is enough. Everything I do and everything I am is enough. I deserve so much good in my life, and I gratefully accept it now. I'm forgiven, I'm free of all guilt, and I love myself unconditionally. I am worthy. I have always been worthy. I know it, and everyone else knows it. My life flows perfectly, and I am always in the right place at the right time. I am at peace. I allow my pain and anger to be transformed into compassion and love. I am so in love with my partner each day. I see more goodness in him and her and need less from him or her to be happy. I can give unconditionally because I recognize that everyone is doing their best. I release and forgive my past, especially the experiences that were acted out based on limiting beliefs that I held at the time. My outer appearance is a beautiful reflection of my inner well-being. I am not a body. I am a soul who has a body. I have warm, loving, open communication with my loved ones. All of my relationships are in perfect harmony. I give my partner the freedom to change and grow, and he or she to give me the same freedom in return. Or he or she gives me the same freedom in return. I have only love to give, and that is all that matters. All of my relationships are built on love and faith. This is on being present. And I think this is one of the key cornerstones to living. It's being present. I don't live in the future, don't live in the past, live in the present. I let go in order to receive. Look around and see all there is to be grateful for in this moment. I breathe in love. I breathe out everything in me that is not loving. Pay attention to everything. Believe nothing. Don't take anything personally. Take a long, deep breath. Let it go. And feel the anxiety dissolve. I don't need to be afraid of how I feel. There's no such thing as a mistake, for we learn from everything. Acceptance is peaceful, no matter what we accept. I choose peace. Changing is not a matter of doing, it is a matter of accepting. I love you just as you are, and I'll help you to be any way you want to be. If I want to be right here, right now, I attend to the body. The body is always in the present. Anxiety and excitement feel the same in my body. Compassion is mine. In each moment, I am open to it. Being with the breath, and being with the body lets me relax. There is no way to get love or peace or joy or freedom. To be love, joy, peace, freedom is the way. I'm going to repeat that one. There's no way to get love or peace or joy or freedom. But it's only to be love, joy, peace, and freedom is the way. Alright, so that's all for today. Again, check out the links if you're looking to get the book. And otherwise, have a wonderful day. It's filled with wonderful, amazing, exciting things out there. Just be open to it.